Well, hello everyone. Let me just see. There we go. Well, welcome everyone. Welcome to the live session. I am Indigenous medium Sean Leonard. If you've not seen me speak before, let me just see if I can expand my comments here somehow. I don't know if that's working. There, that might be working. We'll see. Let me just say hello to everybody in the comments. Hello. Sometimes this helps out. There we go. Hello. For those people that are watching on Facebook, and then there's some people who are also watching on YouTube. So hello, everybody on YouTube, like Barbara McKenzie and Lightworker Beacon. Welcome into the session today. And Jackie McDonald, Wanda Janes on Facebook, and a few people. And I see Amanda Brooks Zawada, Lori Gray, Amy Dow Hunt. Yeah, there's a few people showing up here. So I just going to wait a few minutes before I get started. But everybody should be popping in here. There's all the messages coming in right fast now. Well, today is an amazing, great day. And the reason is I just finished my Spirit Talker Tribe Year 1 course in Halifax with all the students who are either in Year 1, Year 2, or my membership. And at the end of the year, we always have a gathering for Spirit Talker Tribe. And we just had our gathering in Halifax, Nova Scotia, because everybody that registers for Spirit Talker Tribe at the end of the year can get a free entry if you're a student to Spirit Talker Tribe gathering. And it was just amazing to have so many people there. There was 300 students from all over the world that out of the 750 that I had for the 2023-2024 season of teaching Spirit Talker Tribe, but 300 people came. And that was just awesome to be in that much incredible energy with people doing the sessions and teachings live, etc. So I want you to know this is a new season. This is a new time to register for Spirit Talker Tribe. And I'm just happy that you're all showing up here for this teaching session tonight and talk about, what is Spirit Talker Tribe. But let me first talk about myself, just a wee tiny bit about who I am in case you don't know who I am. This is the first time you've seen me, or you've been following me a little bit, but don't know that much about me. My name is Sean Leonard. I'm from Nova Scotia, Canada, and I am an author of this incredible book called Spirit Talker, which is published by Hay House Publishing. And I also have an oracle card deck called Wisdom of the Elders, which is also published by Hay House Publishing. And so I am proud to say that I'm part of the Hay House family. What an amazing group of people to be part of. And I'm so happy that I'm able to kind of extend my teachings through Hay House in that format as well, and whatever moving forward. And I've just signed a 2-book deal with Hay House not that long ago. And I'm working on my second book for Hay House, and another one next year I'll be working on as well. I won't talk too much about it right now because I want to focus on what we're here to do tonight. So let me tell you about our sessions over the next month, because when I launched Spirit Talker Tribe course, there's an aspect of the course. If you go to my website, sean-leonard.com, and click on the Spirit Talker Tribe tab, it'll take you to a web page. You're going to see something like this, So this is like a breakdown of all the modules that are in Spirit Talker Tribe. And this medicine wheel here that I've used, it's in color on my website, just so you know. I don't have a color printer, so I have it on black and white here. But I've broken the course down into 4 sections. I've broken it down into one, preparing to grow. So this month of September, that's what this is all about. There's going to be many live teachings over the month of September. This first one, September 5th, you actually can't register for Spirit Talker Tribe just yet, because Spirit Talker Tribe online course registration opens September 7th to 30th. So if you're thinking about registering or you just want to take in the free teachings for the month of September, that's amazing. I'm just grateful that you're here. So thank you for being here. And then if you choose to maybe potentially take the online course Spirit Talker Tribe, then registration would be from September 7th to 30th. But tonight we're going to be talking about Spirit Talker Tribe and the course. And also on September 7th, we're going to be talking about which is Spirit Talker Tribe launch day, just so you know, which is in 2 days away. And I'm going to be coming on for a live. And all of my live sessions over this next month in the schedule that have come out through email or in the Facebook group, the Spirit Talker Tribe Facebook group, or wherever you've seen it, is always at 8 p.m. Atlantic Daylight Time, which is the time you're at right now. And so September 7th is our next live session on the actual course launch day. And we're going to talk about what and where the spirit world is and messages that you may receive from your loved ones from the spirit world for you personally. Because I want to give a lot of teaching so that even if you don't join the course, that you get something from this whole experience while you're here. Now, on September 15th, I'm going to be speaking about, your words, your prayerful words, your ceremonial words, which I believe your words of prayer, whatever words those are that you speak to your ancestors, your guides, your angels, etc., the greater, the great spirit, grandfather, son, whatever it may be, that is the beginning of ceremony. That's the beginning of the course. It's the first module, and it's about that interaction you have with the spirit world. And I think it's so important to understand clearly how to speak with your guides, your ancestors, your loved ones, the creator, and how to nurture and build on this strong relationship around that. But I'm also going to talk about meditation on September 15th, which is about learning about how to meditate in a way that you'll understand how to receive information from spirit. Because meditation is one, reawakening the brain, reawakening your mind, your visual cortex again, creating presence so that, when you start connecting and receiving information from spirit, that there's space there to actually receive something. And I teach people how to create small moments of space to receive small but significant pieces of information, potentially for yourself or other people. And it could be friends, family, or people that you may serve in any way that you choose. Now, September 22nd, which is another live session, we're going to talk about, I'm going to bring in some students that have gone through Spirit Talker Tribe and about them utilizing their abilities and how being part of Spirit Talker Tribe and what they've learned from Spirit Talker Tribe online course has helped them to be more engaged in the work that they do in their uniquely different ways. So we'll bring them in on September 22nd. And on September 29th, which is almost at the end of the launch for Spirit Talker Tribe, I'm going to talk about the language of spirit. And that has to do with the psychic language itself, like clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience, claircognizance, maybe clairalience, clairaugustance, which are maybe strange words to you right now, but really, if you just think about it, it's like clear seeing, clear hearing, clear feeling, clear sensing, clear tasting, smelling, etc. And it's just how spirit can and does communicate through people like myself. Now, also, other than being an incredible author with Hay House that I'm so blessed to be part of, that whole family, I also have a TV show in Canada called Spirit Talker. And Spirit Talker airs on a nationwide TV channel within Canada called APTN, Aboriginal People's Television Network. I believe that's what it stands for, APTN. And if you don't live in Canada, just so you know, you could still watch APTN. There's a way to watch it. You can actually use a VPN, which is a virtual personal network, like NordVPN is a potential one that you could use. You could say that you're living in Canada and sign up for a free week and watch as much Spirit Talker as you want to get a sense of who I am and how I work as a medium, in case you're interested and you're not from Canada and you wanted to kind of see the show. So there's a way to do that. Now, what else? The last but not least thing is I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher of Spirit Talker Tribe. And this is my 7th year now of doing Spirit Talker Tribe. And I'm just amazed at how many people's lives that I've been able to connect to through these teachings that I have through this course. And not only that, how many messages and stories I get from people who have actually done work for people, who have served people, who have given messages for people, whether it's a friend or a family member, or they're doing it in some type of work format, whether they're a healer or a spirit talker themselves. And I get to hear those stories and I get to connect to those people through Spirit Talker Tribe for like years now, 6 years and going into the 7th. And I know there's a lot of people here that have not taken my course, the Spirit Talker Tribe course. And if you're ever curious about the course itself, in the Spirit Talker Tribe Facebook interest group, if you're a Facebook fan or not, there are some videos in the Facebook interest group that many students have put on there about their experience of going through Spirit Talker Tribe themselves. And maybe you could watch a few of them and get a sense of what other people are saying about the course. But if not, that's okay. You'll hear from some people in the live sessions. I recognize some of my students here, like Joanne Beaver, Diane Hackett, Deborah A. Carew. I know that there's Lisa Casilli. There's actually a lot of people here tonight that are also current students, which I think is so amazing too, because they've heard me talk all year round. They've heard me talk a lot, and yet they still show up. They still show up here to potentially maybe get one small piece of information that's going to help them to become a greater spirit talker, to help them be more engaged in life and whatever work they do, and understanding that language of spirit even greater. But, I just want to say, again, thank you for being here tonight, and everybody that is here, and for the current students and the potential new students that may be here moving forward as well. So now, when and if you wanted to register for Spirit Talker Tribe, between September 7th and September 30th, that's when you can register. And in that first week of September 7th to 14th, there's going to be a bonus draw if you choose to register for Spirit Talker Tribe. So everybody that registers for Spirit Talker Tribe will be entered for a draw for potentially to win a personal reading with me, because I'm giving that away as a prize for just being here and signing up for the course itself. But also each week, including tonight, if you're not going to sign up for the course throughout the year and you're just going to take part in the September, the month free Preparing to Grow teachings, then I'm going to be giving 3 gifts away every week. And that gift, and I'm just going to tell you right now, and you guessed it, hopefully you probably guessed it, but every week I'm going to give away 3 gifts and I'm going to draw them randomly from people who are in the lives. And I'll announce the winners and send it out with an email, etc. But every week, I'm going to be giving away one of my books, Spirit Talker, again, published by Hayes. I'm also going to be giving away an oracle card deck, Wisdom of the Elders. So if you don't have it, then make sure you post in the comments that you do not have the book or you do not have the card deck. And I'm going to send one to a random person that says, I do not have this. Okay. And last but least, the third prize I'm going to give away every week, if you join the live sessions, is a Spirit Talker Tribe t-shirt. So every week I'm going to draw for a t-shirt, a card deck, an oracle card deck, Wisdom of the Elders, and Spirit Talker book. And if you don't, I see Steve Gugu right now. I see that you don't have this. So I know that you're on the list of people that don't have these. And there's a few other people that don't have them as well. And I definitely want to make sure, people know about who I am, what I do, and how I connect to spirit, etc. But anyway, so let's talk about the modules on Spirit Talker Tribe. And I'm just going to break them down a little bit so that you can understand, because I've got 12 modules for Spirit Talker Tribe, which is 12 monthly teachings that I teach in Spirit Talker Tribe. And if you don't have Facebook and you only subscribe to YouTube and don't like Facebook at all, that is okay. The Spirit Talker Tribe online course is hosted on Kajabi. Now, Kajabi is this place where I host the online course and the teachings that come out once a month. Now, the live sessions come out just like they are right now. They come out on Facebook in the Spirit Talker Tribe interest group, but they'll come out in the student group moving forward after October 1st. But for this month, they're going to be in the Spirit Talker Tribe Facebook interest group. They're going to be on my Indigenous Medium Sean Leonard page, Facebook page, but they're also going to be in YouTube. And throughout the year, if you're joining me on YouTube, then the teachings that I do, because even though there's a monthly module that comes out with Spirit Talker Tribe, I also do weekly live sessions like we're doing right now, which are predominantly to go deeper with the module and teachings, to coach people in Spirit Talker Tribe to fully integrate it and understand each lesson that I teach. But also it's for question and answers. Mostly because a lot of people submit questions about the module or have a question about what I'm teaching in regard, want to understand it deeply or more fully. So then what I do is I answer those questions that are given to me about that module every week for the whole month. And then after the month, we move into another module. Hello, Vanessa Beckford. I see you here. She's also one of my longtime members as well, and also working as a spirit talker herself, Vanessa Beckford. But so anyway, module 1 for Spirit Talker Tribe course is your words of prayer, the beginning of personal ceremony, which is about learning to clearly understand how to speak with the spirit world. And I give people exercises. I give examples of prayers in the thing, but the whole thing about prayer is not to utilize someone else's. There is prayers that I give out within, and there's an Indigenous prayer, there's other prayers, there's a St. Francis prayer, etc. But these are just examples, just so people can understand and to speak to spirit themselves. And as an exercise in the course, I get people to write their own once, and then go outside and speak it to the spirit world as clearly as you can with your intentions. So we do that. Now, module 2 in the second month, because each month we cover one topic. And I know this might seem, oh, this is too basic for me. It is not too basic. This is the fundamental starting point to Spirit Talker Tribe and your fundamental connection to spirit itself. Is because when you work on your spirit and growing in your spirituality, you start to grow in a very strong connection in relation to spirit. And that way it allows you to raise your energetic vibration so that you can make a stronger connection. And then eventually learn and understand the language of spirit so that you can receive more psychic impressions, psychic mini impressions, and understanding that process and how these languages work. And I'll get into those in a minute. But the next one is meditation. Module 2 is meditation. That I teach in Spirit Talker Tribe. And it's equally as important to be able to speak with spirit as it is to listen to spirit. And to, one, retrain the mind to, one, visually see for small moments of time, hold images within your mind in stillness and presence, but also to create space. So, and it's small moments of space that you can get audible messages, or visual messages. Because when you create space, it's not just creating space to hear with your ears. It's creating space to be able to see again. And so many people's minds have long atrophied in regards to thinking, because when we're all born here, we were all born naturally connected to spirit because we came from spirit. We have come from spirit into human form temporarily, and then we return to spirit in time. And then we've forgotten who we are. We've forgotten that we were spirit first, not human first. We were spirit first. We've come from the invisible to the visible world, and we'll return to the not so invisible world, I call it, because it's very much a real place in space that you can get glimpses of and receive bits of information from. There's an intelligence and an ability to communicate from people in the spirit world. And they will communicate. And there's so many people, including your ancestors, your loved ones, your spiritual guides, your personal angels, perhaps even the creator is waiting to speak to you in some unique and special way so that you can guide or help somebody or give a message to somebody. But if you don't listen, if you don't learn how to create a small moment of space in your mind, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss, and I always heard this from different elders too. You have, you have 2 of these and 1 of these. So we should speak half as much time as we are listening. So when you engage and speak to the spirit world in a very specific way, there's also ways that you should think about listening so that you can receive guidance, messages, communication, all kinds of amazing things that you can help people with. So meditation is module 2. Module 3, and I'll talk about this a little bit as well with raising your energy. Maybe even I'll talk a little bit about it on our next live session, because I've got it written down that I will talk about, actually in the September 15th, meditation and speaking to the spirit world and cleansing your space. So we're going to talk about that then. I'll talk about your auras and chakras. I'll throw that in there a little bit too. I'll teach you a little bit about more than just listed sometimes. And because I want you to clearly understand what it means to, be, how to, open up your bubble of energy so that you can connect and receive, which is your aura, and learning how to raise your energy centers through your chakras system, etc. Because imagine, like, and I was saying this to somebody the other day, um, with chakras and auras, because they're very interconnected. Your chakra system, the energy centers that go within you, the system of energy, that light that is within you ripples out into this field of energy that surrounds you. And I saw this weekend, last weekend past, when we were Spirit Talker Tribe, some people, when I was on stage, not just me, a few other people on stage, when we were there, standing on stage, some people took pictures and you could actually see my aura or other people. I think Lee Shank's aura as well. So I'll post some pictures in the group so you can all take a look at and send them out in an email as well when I talk about these things. But, that spirit energy and life force light, that consciousness is inside you, and it's reconnected, realigning with it, and then emanating that light around yourself so that you can become more connected, more deeply connected, and more able to receive information from spirit, and to walk through life in a very good way. So the next thing that I talk about, so module 4 in Spirit Talker Tribe, is the levels of the spirit world. And there's levels of energy, and I know there's a lot of people that know this, because there is a higher level energy of spirits, and I may talk about this throughout the month as well. September 7th launch day. Where is the spirit world messages from your loved ones? Yes, I'm going to talk about it this month. I am. I'm going to talk about it probably in the September 15th one, where it's about meditation, cleansing your aura, etc. I'm going to talk about, levels of the spirit world a little bit. And the reason is because with levels of the spirit world, it's, a lot of people don't know, because there's fear around spirit. Just, there's a lot of limiting beliefs too. So let me go there first about people's limiting beliefs. Some people think, hey, I'm not gifted enough to be able to do this work or to receive information from spirit world. That is a limiting belief. You are totally not correct if you have that. We all come from the same place. We return to the same place. There's nothing that I can do that you cannot do as well in relation to connection to spirit. It's with knowledge and understanding and growth. And that's what I'm teaching in this course. I'm giving you knowledge and understanding and helping you grow, helping you understand so that you can, connect. So a lot of people think I'm not gifted enough, which is absolutely not true. The same light that exists within me and my chakra system, my aura, exists within you too. Now, a lot of people have fear as well. And this limiting belief, what if I'm wrong? What if I'm wrong about something I get? And, that's, a lot of people will stop even giving a message to somebody because they're fearful that they might be wrong about something. But maybe you just have to look at it in a multitude of ways. And a lot of people have to say, okay, sometimes when messages come from spirit, I'm human. We all can be wrong. And it's okay not to know everything. No psychic out in the world knows everything. That's a fallacy. And, I think unfortunately it's so bad, because a lot of people out in the world think that psychics, well, you should just talk to them and they know the lottery numbers, which is ridiculous. It's about tuning in the situations, tuning in the people. It's about tuning in the spirit, receiving information from people as a psychic or a psychic medium or spirit talker, turning in the spirit and receiving information from them, and working with the information that comes to you to the best of your ability, and not worrying about if you're right or wrong, but just do it from your heart. Do it from your heart center. Give the best message you can from love. And don't and not say, okay, well, I have to be right about this. Just say, well, I believe it means this. It may mean something else, but this is what I feel like it means, and it might mean something else to you. And that's okay, because you're receiving something to give them. For the client, the sitter, the person, the family, the friend that you're doing a session for, you're giving them guidance, insight, or connection to spirit. And there is no wrong. It's just working with the energy the best you can. Let go of the idea of thinking you have to know everything, because you don't. You just have to know what's coming to you, and then figure out, is this literal? Is it figurative? What does this mean? Is there a message here? What is this message for that person? And is it if you're seeing something figuratively, then what's the figurative message that they need to hear because of receiving that information? And I teach that in the course as well, just so you know. Now, another misconception or limiting belief that a lot of people have is, I need to be perfect. I need to be like Jesus or some other ascended master, like, that has walked in the world, like Gandhi or Buddha or whoever, to be on that level. They are high-level spiritual people and ascended masters in their own right. Still human, all of them. They were human in this life and were able to do remarkable things in teachings and helping people heal and be well and think about life, even in firm and mindful and spiritual space. From the many ascended masters, there's none greater or less than, and all have different messages, and it could even potentially be like Wayne Dyer, Dr. Wayne Dyer, who I'm a huge fan of, who also is a Heos author and has had a lot of spiritual wisdom that he's shared with people over the years. Just because we think, an ascended master like Yahshua or Jesus walked 2,000 years ago, or Gandhi or Buddha, however long he was here, right? That, there's not people today that are teachers that they have the same connection in relation to understanding spirit. There are people that are helping serve people in an amazing, great way. And you don't need to be perfect. They weren't. You just have to do the best that you can. You have to walk through life in the best way you can. If you make a mistake, you learn from it, you grow. That's the human element of being here. We didn't come here to be perfect. We come here to learn, to grow, to experience, and to evolve into the understanding of who we truly are, which is spirit first. Now, another misconception is that, well, maybe you have fears because, well, you know what, I'm scared to give messages because others have to be better than me. Well, if I had that belief, I would never have written the book, did the Oracle card deck. I wouldn't be a Heos author. I wouldn't have a TV show. If I worried that, Teresa Caputo was better than me or John Edward, that is not a thought in my mind ever. I don't even think about it. You know what I do? I do the best that I can. I don't care who is doing this or that or whatever. You just do the best you can. It's not about who's better than somebody. There's some amazing guitar players out there too, right? I was a young person who played guitar, but I still play guitar despite Eddie Van Halen and other guitar players that were out there that were amazing. There are so many. Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, back in the day, I just loved them. And they inspired me to be the best I could. So if you're looking at people thinking, well, others are better than me, then allow them to inspire you to see what's possible, what's potentially possible for you in your own spirit. Now, another limiting belief that people have is, it's all in my head. This is my imagination. That ship sails eventually when you start trusting the work that you have that comes to you, because, when you realize, and I like to break the word down, and I learned this from, I believe it was Wayne Dyer before, but he said imagination, which is an image that is created within your mind, not imagination. And, there's a time, I used to think, I was very skeptical of the things that I even got way back in the day myself, personally, when I started out on this journey, like 25 to 30 years ago. That's been a long time for me now, since I've been doing this work as a spirit talker. Maybe not on the format as an author or a TV show, which I've just finished season 5 and is coming out late fall, I believe, of this year on APTN. That When I started out, I wasn't sure about the messages I got. And I was when I got things, I was skeptical of it. And I thought maybe it was my imagination. That's the human in my brain, the analytical part of my mind. And then things started to happen that I couldn't know. Things were given to me that the people that I was speaking to didn't know, which later was validated. So how can I know something that the person I'm even speaking to, because I even thought for a little while, I might be a mind reader or something like that, I thought I'm getting in their head somehow. I was trying to figure out, there must be a logical explanation for me to understand, know certain things or get certain things. But it's like, eventually I had to give that thought up because it didn't serve me anymore. Because I realized what was coming to me, not from me. It was coming to me from spirit, not from me. And there was so many things that people did not know. And even now, when I do readings, sometimes I'm like, are you sure that you don't know about this and that? And they're like, oh yeah, I forgot all about it. How can you read somebody's mind that they don't even remember themselves? Something that I'm telling them. And, we have so many limiting beliefs. Another limiting belief is, I need approval from others. This isn't about approval for others. This is about serving people and helping people to the best of your ability. I don't do this work for approval. I do it to help and serve, to shift and change the consciousness of the world and help people heal. And I do it through my live shows, wherever they are. Now, I just did one in Phoenix, Arizona with Hay House at the I Can Do It conference. And there was like 1,500 people, biggest audience ever. And it's amazing that this work has taken me there. I never set out to write a book. I never set out to find a TV show. I never solicited Hay House for a publishing deal. All those things have come to me because spirits put me in this place to share what I know as a spirit talker with people so that I can help them learn. And this is where I feel like I am in this stage of my life. I'm in the stage of my life where I feel a great deal of need to share what I know to the greatest of my ability. Because listen, what happens to me if I die? I have all this wisdom and knowledge around spirit, the spirit world, and connection to spirit. But where does my wisdom and knowledge go? Where is that going to be shared? Where is that going to be given to the world? And I know what I know can shift and change the world, personally and potentially even globally, if we all start understanding and realizing who we truly are, and that we have a purpose here, and that we let go of all of these negative things that are boggling our mind most days, that we remember that we came here as spirit and we return to spirit. Now, another thing that blocks people is, I'm too scared of the unknown. Well, it's because it's unknown. How about we help the unknown become known? Like the levels of the spirit world, understanding that there may be a few earthbound spirits kicking around. There's still people. There is no demons and dark things. There's just sometimes shitty people in life. There's sometimes shitty spirits that have not moved into the light. They haven't ascended or transcended themselves, because nobody's over there going, hey, you can't come here. You've done this, 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 and this. No, it's our own ego that keeps us from ascending to who we truly are, which is the light, and sending into the light. And what you need to do is actually, and I'm going to give you a little homework, go and start watching like near-death experiences of people who have died and listen to their experience, what they've learned from everything about their journey from death to the light and then returning. And there's a commonality between so many of them. And another one is like, I'm not ready. You may not be ready unless you choose to be. A lot of people are stuck in so many different ways in life, and maybe I'm just not ready for this yet. Maybe, but when are you going to be in that space or place of understanding, of knowing who you truly are, and knowing how you fit in the environment of the connection between everything? Because as an Indigenous person, A part of our culture is an understanding. And in Mi'kmaq, we have a word that we say Emsit Nogama, which means all my relations. And in every North American indigenous culture that I know of, there's a word in their own language that says the same thing. And that means we're all connected to the trees, the plants, the water, grandfather sky, grandfather sun, Mother Earth. There's an energy and spirit in everything, and we are amongst it all the time, and we think that we're separate or from the spirit of everything, which is not true. But when you come to that realization, how we're all connected, that we are all connected, and how we're all connected, that it's life-changing. You see the trees in a different way. You see the rocks, the ocean, the sky, the planet, people. You see people differently. And you become the peace amongst the chaos. And that's really what shifts the world, is being the peace in the chaos. Because if enough people feel the peace, there will no longer be chaos amongst the world itself. Now, another thing is that when you learn this course is like you think, why must see spirits to be a medium? Well, that's part of it. Clairvoyance is seeing, but it's not the only part of psychic language. Many things I get are small glimpses of things. I hear things. I internally have we'll call it it's clairaudience, which is like mental telepathy. That comes internally, a little voice where it might say your name. And I know everybody's out there have heard maybe their name called at some point in time, or thought it was their grandmother, their mom, their father that has called their name. And they've had moments of psychic abilities throughout their life, or had a thought or a feeling about somebody or a situation. It's not all seeing. Sometimes it's feeling, sensing, or just knowing, or just having a small voice within you that says something. Go that way. This person's a good person. Be wary of that person. We all have a little internal voice. And when you learn to develop and grow as a spirit talker, medium, etc., then you learn that there's many ways to connect to spirit. It's not just one and only seeing. But I do teach you how to see. And it's because people struggle with that. It's because that part of your brain is atrophied because it's not been used. We need to reactivate it, rework it, just for moments, to re-engage with it. And the more you learn how to do that, then one day, something really amazing is going to happen. You're going to see something for a moment, not with your eyes. You're going to see it in here. You may see a spirit, you may see an orb, you may see a fairy or whatever it is. And that's part of like clairvoyance as well. But it takes work to reawaken, and there's exercises to do that. And there's teachings around that I do. So those are some limiting beliefs that people have. Now, as I teach about levels of the spirit world, one of the other things I teach about in the course, after chakras and auras and the levels of the spirit world, and understanding, even the spirits who are remaining earthbound for whatever reason, there's nobody making them be there. But I've been in different properties where I've heard somebody still hanging out at the house or hanging out at the land. How come there's a few people still lingering here and there, wherever, and everybody else seems to transcend into a high level of energy? Because we have free will. And because we have free will, there's still an ability to have fear. And fear will block you in life, and it can block some people, not very many, but a very select few who allow fear to stop them from ascending or transcending into who they truly are, which is the light itself. Now, the other module I teach about is dreams and the messages that come to us in dreams. And there's so many messages that do and will come to you through the dream state. And even there's messages about you and your life in your dreams. And there's different types of dreams that I teach and talk about in the course. Now, one of the other things, the module after that, because this is now I'm into the growing your connection phase of Spirit Talker Tribe. The next module after talking about dreams in the next month, then we really work at connecting, right? Because dreams is connection, receiving messages and connection through your dream time. The next module after that is signs of connecting to your loved ones in the spirit world. And I also teach that because I've had so many amazing signs happen, like crazy events that have happened that are just so amazing, that just mind-boggling. And I remember some of those signs, whether it's a few dimes showing up here and there, or I remember when my stepdad Larry passed away. He unfortunately had cancer, and he was on a journey, and we helped him through that journey. But before he passed, he told my mom he needed to go to Truro, and because my mom and him had an agreement that he would not pass away in the home. And so anyway, he woke up and he yelled Truro very loudly, as loud as he could. And he collapsed because he was like literally down to like 80 pounds, maybe 85 pounds, just a shell of a man. And he went to Truro and he passed away during the night. I unfortunately was not there, but I was not meant to be there. I was at home at that time with my family in Hammonds Plains, Nova Scotia. And my Aunt Patricia, Patsy, stayed with me. And when my Aunt Patsy stayed with me, one of the things I told Larry before we left him is that, Larry, I need you to send me a sign after you make your way home to let me know that you're okay. Can you do that? And I knew he could barely react or even answer me, but I knew he heard me. So on the way driving to Truro to see Larry, even though he made his journey home, that I was driving with my Patsy, my family in the car. And as we drove up past Shubenacadie and Stuyak on the highway, I could see an eagle off in the distance. And I was telling my Aunt Patsy about a story of how I feel like Larry's going to send us a sign to let us know that he's okay. And I said, you see the eagle, Pats? I said, it's coming closer and closer. And she said, yes, I see it. She said, but that's just an eagle. I'm like, you are right. But it is coming closer to us. And something amazing happened within a moment later, within probably a minute. As we're driving 110 kilometers down the highway, going to Truro to see Mom and Larry, even though he's made his journey into the spirit world, the eagle dives down in front of our car as I drive on the highway. And he turns sideways. And his one tip of his wing touched the pavement, and the other one was straight up in the air. And he turned sideways right in front of my car. And I had to slam on my brakes, or I think I would have hit the eagle. And he stopped for a second and just flew up into the sky. And I looked at my Aunt Patsy and I said, Patsy, and she was now crying. I said, Patsy, you think it's a sign now? And she cried and she said, Sean, that is the most amazing spiritual thing that's ever happened to me my whole life. And it was pretty amazing for me too. And I've had the opportunity and gift from Spirit to have many things like that happen for me over my lifetime. And I'm not more special than anyone else. I have a deeper understanding and spiritual connection to the spirit world, but that doesn't mean you can't understand or grow that and work on that yourself to have moments like this happen in your own life. And that's one of the things I want to teach. So science and spirits, that's a module in the course. Now, one of the other modules that I want to talk about for Spirit Talker Tribe is the module is about spirit guides and animal spirit totems. Now, my next book may be a spirit totem animal guidebook, just so you know. I'm working on that for Haos now. And I have to submit it after the new year in late January, but that's what I'm working on now. But I want people to understand their connection to their spiritual guides, their ancestors. And there's different words and different cultures and beliefs that have this. I mean, you could call them your spirit guides, your guardian angels, or you can also just say, my ancestors. There's people, specific people that are in the spirit world that help us and guide us through life, whether you're aware of it or not. And I want to help you remember and reconnect to at least one of your guides. And I want you to learn about your spirit totem animals, because the animal nation is honestly deeply connected to all of us. And I do feel like, just like our spiritual guides and spirit animal totems, there's a commonality. I feel like now, according to the medicine wheel, in indigenous culture, this is the medicine wheel. It's in 4 colors, 4 directions, that there's 4 stages of life as well. There's infancy, there's youth, there's adult, and there's elder. And I feel a spiritual guide and a spirit animal totem will each connect to us at each of these stages of life. And we'll gain another when we move into another stage of life. And when we move into another stage of life, there'll be another guide that comes in with another animal totem. Now, my name is White Eagle Spirit Talker. And Mi'kmaq Wabak Gippu Aguna Mahajik Jigma Hamajik. And I know there's different pronunciations and things like that in relation to my name, but that's the one I feel comfortable with speaking and saying. White Eagle is one of my totem animals. It's my name, hence why I wear the eagle. And eagle medicine comes from the heart. There's an oracle card in my deck on eagle, on the 7 grandfather teachings. It's also on the front of my book here with the heart and the eagle. And somebody in Edmonton made me this medicine medallion, which is the most amazing replica, and has gifted it to me, and I wear it with pride. And it's because I carry that eagle medicine. But also, I've had dreams and connections to other animals, like the great white bear, the polar bear. And out of the chaos of the world, and I'm going to talk about that probably at another time, but I was gifted this claw, this polar bear claw, the medicine that I carry. But I also feel deeply connected to the buffalo, to Tonka, and the owl. Those are my 4 totem animals. And I feel like I have different guides, but I also have different spirit totem animals that have all come to me at different stages of life. And I feel that we all do as well. So I want to teach and talk to you about your spirit guides and your spirit animal totems, and discovering at least one of each of these through that module. Now, last but not least, I also do a module on angels, which I feel like there's like personal angels. And I had a very special, unique encounter myself with Gabriel, the only angel I've really connected to. And I felt him around and with me a few times, as he's a messenger for the Creator. And I know that there's angelic connections no matter what culture. There's people that have come and shown up for a moment, and even people have disappeared on people and said, hey, know that you have a guardian angel that's watching out for you. And when they look, the person's gone. I've had experiences like that. And I've had very incredible, clear dreams where I've connected to Gabriel on more than one occasion. So I'll talk a module about angels as well, and how, and I even, what the cool thing is throughout the course, in the course, this is where my life is a little bit different than a lot of mediums out there. For me, this is so real because I throughout the years, I've got recordings, audible recordings where I've recorded my spiritual guides talking to me. But I also have an audible recording of one of my guides talking about angels. And I share that in the module. And it's my guide, Victoria, just really simply saying, summons angels. But if somebody in spirit is saying that, that must mean there's a group or a file of beings that are there to help and serve us as well. Whether you call them angels or not, they are there. So I teach about that in that module as well. Now, the last 4 modules that I teach in Spirit Talker Tribe are about growing and developing in your intuition. Now, intuition, let's break this word down for a minute. Intuition. So it's like tuition has to do with school. So it's about inner knowledge and inner learning about your divine connection, which I also call the language of spirit. And it comes to us in many different ways. It's clairvoyance, which is seeing, clairsentience, which is feeling, clairaudience, and claircognizance. These are the psychic skills that I teach in the course. I do teach a little bit about clairalience and clairgustance, but mostly these clairs, which is the way spirit can communicate to people like myself as a psychic medium. It's the same information and energy that comes through Teresa Caputo or John Edward or any other medium that's out there in the world. We're not special people. We're just people that have a knowledge of this communication or this language. And it is a language of sorts that spirit uses to communicate to people like myself. And it's not just for myself. When spirits communicate to me through this language of seeing, feeling, hearing, knowing, smelling, tasting, etc., it's when I'm validating and offering messages from other people mostly. But occasionally there's messages that come through for me as well. It might be a prophetic message. It may be a guide message, etc. But we can and will receive messages through the course. And I teach people about those clairs and the language of spirit so you know how it works with and through you. Okay, so that's all of the lessons for relation to Spirit Talker Tribe. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about with Spirit Talker Tribe, let me just see. Oh, yes. Is that every week there's a Facebook Live or a YouTube Live that talks about each module, and you can submit your questions to me, etc. Our next live session is September 7th, and we're going to talk about messages from the spirit world for yourself. Now, other people are out there wondering, okay, well, how much is Spirit Talker Tribe? I mean, registration starts September 7th. Just so you know, September 7th, you go to my website, sean-leonard.com, and go to the Spirit Talker Tribe link on my webpage, Sean, S-H-A-W-N, hyphen or middle line, Leonard, Leonard.com, and go to the Spirit Talker Tribe tab or link on my webpage. You will be able to sign up and register for the course if you choose on September 7th. And you'll be eligible for that reading draw with me. But how much is Spirit Talker Tribe? There's a little feather floating around me. I don't know if you guys saw that. I saw a little feather kind of floating around here somewhere. I don't know if you guys picked that up or not. But the course cost is $555 for the year. And there's two ways to pay for Spirit Talker Tribe. You can pay in full, or you can pay monthly, 12 monthly installments. Now, if you pay in full, you can pay via e-transfer, PayPal, GPay, Apple Pay, or even Square.ca. Many ways to pay for the course. So I've gotten more payment methods this year for Spirit Talker Tribe. If you want to pay monthly, you can pay monthly by PayPal, GPay, Apple Pay. But if you want to pay monthly by Square.ca, I have to set that up manually. And if you're Indigenous and your status and you live on reserve somewhere, message me and I will not put the tax on it. But for everyone else out in the world who is non-Indigenous, unfortunately, I have to collect tax for the government of Canada. It's just crappy. But anyway, it's $555 Canadian plus tax. And you can either pay, again, upfront in full, and or you can pay the 12 monthly installments and one payment per month for the year. And I think with tax, it's like $53.19 or something like that. But anyway, I just wanted to help you understand the cost of the course of Spirit Talker Tribe for the year. And this is for Spirit Talker Tribe year one. If you're in year two or and thinking about joining the membership, or you're already taking year one and you want to take year two, don't sign up for year one again. Please don't. It makes it really hard for me when you do that. But there'll be things that come out for year two and the members option on September 15th for those people who are already current students. But for new people out there who are interested in joining Spirit Talker Tribe, all the links and information will be on my webpage on September 7th. And I hope like from the people that said they don't have my book or they don't have the Oracle card deck. And for the t-shirt, I'm going to draw from everybody, just so you know, because I'm giving these gifts away, 3 each live session. The Spirit Talker Tribe t-shirt, I'm giving 1 away each live session. I'm giving 1 Oracle card deck, and please don't ask for it if you already have it. If you don't have one, then post, I don't have your deck, Sean. And if you don't have my book, Spirit Talker, let me know, because I will draw for somebody who doesn't have my book, and then 1 person will win each of these. And everybody that's here tonight, if you're interested in receiving a t-shirt, I will draw 1 person, all the people that say, hey, I'd like to have a t-shirt too. I'll draw a name from there, and then we'll send it off. But I hope to see you. And I really want to say thank you, Wilalio, which is thank you, everyone, for joining us today for this discussion about what is Spirit Talker Tribe. What's to expect from the Spirit Talker Tribe teachings for the year? And, if you want to join us on September 7th for the launch day, we're going to talk about connecting to your loved ones in the spirit world, receiving signs, etc. And I'm going to talk about different signs and different ways and things that you can do to engage, and even how your spirit people are talking to you now that you may not even realize. So that's a great start for Spirit Talker Tribe. So September 7th, 8 p.m. Atlantic Daylight Time, we'll start that discussion. And again, Wilalio and Sitnogama, which means we are all relations. We're all connected. And it doesn't mean that I'm only connected to my indigenous family that is out around here, the Mi'kmaq people, the Elnu people. Or Mi'kmaqi. It has to do with we're all connected. That's why there's 4 directions on the medicine wheel and 4 colors within the wheel itself. We are one circle together in this world, Mother Earth. And whatever color you are around the world, we are all, we make up one circle. We do make up one circle. We are all connected, and not just people, to the world around us. Mother Earth, grandfather sun, grandfather sky, grandmother moon. We are connected to all the energy that surrounds us, and remembering that the spirit world surrounds us all, and that we've always been connected to it. It's only belief that you've been disconnected. Let's help you remember who you are and help reawaken this connection. And let's do that for the month of September with live teachings. And then we'll move forward, and potentially, if you'd like to join Spirit Talker Tribe, we'll keep going and help you learn even more. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining me for this live session. I'll see you September 7th, which I believe is a Saturday, right? Saturday, September 7th. This Saturday, September at 8 p.m., the same time that you join me tonight. So I hope to see you there. Wilalio, M. Sitnogama.